Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to flight AC-69, flying from Heathrow to Gatwick Airport. This morning we'll be flying at a cruising altitude of about 1,000 feet, very low. Trying to keep it low, you know, get low, get low. Other than that, make sure to do up your seatbelts, get comfortable, and enjoy the ride. Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff.
Departure. I will contact you next when you leave my airspace. Diamond X-Ray Golf Sierra, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved. Did you hear my last transmission?
Back on the speed a little bit here. Throttle down the engine a little bit.
My last transmission?
Yes, I heard your last transmission. Alright, so I'm now flying over, I believe it's the city of London. I don't know what's actually in between Heathrow and Gatwick, but this is the morning time. It's 2:30 a.m. in Toronto. I believe it's 7:30 a.m. in London. I've now kind of gone way above my cruising altitude. I said I was going to go at 1,000. I'm now at about 2,500 feet up in the air. And I will pull up the map to show my current heading. So this is where I'm heading down to Heathrow. I'm going to, Gatwick. I'm going to be pulling up a little bit here, and then I'm going to engage autopilot. Alright, so autopilot's taking over now. I can take my hands off the stick so you can see what I'm using here. This is the Mad Catz joystick. Got a whole bunch of buttons on the back here that I'm controlling things like the autopilot, like the camera. I can use this to switch the camera view, landing gear, parking brakes, all that kind of stuff. The trigger does the braking when I land. But the main thing is that I have to keep my hand on the stick when I'm flying, and autopilot is not on, because otherwise it will tilt and through it. So as I just check what the autopilot's doing here. I'm going to take back over, switch into the cockpit view and make sure I can say autopilot's on or not. I just turned it off, so I should have control now. Yeah, there we go. So I'm using this stick right here, you can see, to steer myself. Oh, getting a little bit, my attitude is not looking good. There we go. You're also able to use the mouse button to use all of these different buttons inside the cockpit. You can zoom in using the mouse wheel. You can right click and hold to move it around, or you can click on the mouse wheel and free look around, and then you can zoom in on things that way. So you can see there's quite a few different buttons for enthusiasts, but I'm just kind of focusing on the basic flight controls. So you can see here that I'm coming out a little bit wide, so I'm going to kind of turn in just a little bit here. Use the camera. Sorry, switch the camera here so you can see a better view. So this is what it looks like flying over England. Zoom in on the aircraft itself, but also in the countryside behind it. This right here looks very realistic. Very realistic. I'm just going to bring up my map here, make sure I'm still, I'm going a little bit fast and a little bit in the wrong direction. So I'm going to adjust my course a little bit here. So just before I kind of get comfortable, I'm going to kind of go up a little bit more, increase the engine here, see if I can make it up into the clouds before I have to descend again to come into Gatwick. Right now I am doing kind of a quick ascent. Point of interest. Ooh, that's Red Hill over there. I'm going to keep ascending here, see if I can make it up into the clouds. Now at 4,000 feet.
Eurowing 7464, cleared to land runway 27 right. Follow the generic on final.
Oh, going a little bit too high. So I'm actually already almost halfway here. Might not be able to make it up. They're already clearing me for landing. Just gonna go up a little bit higher, see if I can get into this cloud, and then I'll begin my descent. So you can see what this looks like from this perspective. Up into the clouds here. Oh, stalling a bit. And this is what it looks like from inside the clouds, right at cloud level. So I am getting a little bit close, so I'm going to have to start descending here as I fly by these clouds. It's time to start my descent, so I'm going to actually pull the throttle right off start gliding down, making my descent. So I'm going to pull to the right a little bit because this is, you can see the runway flashing in front of me there. This is at a curve. Oh, sorry, that is my wing that's flashing, sorry. But there is a bit of a curve on the runway. I believe it's up there. I am descending here. Engines are still running at full capacity. Is that a plane coming from my right? Yeah, up there. So there's another plane that is coming in. That could be, so there is live air traffic on right now, so that could be a plane that's actually flying in the air at this moment in real life. Or it could be a multiplayer plane, so someone else is playing Flight Simulator could be flying that plane. It could be either or. That's what's kind of cool. They are flying right over me. Yeah, right over me. Alright, so I'm coming down to a closer altitude that I'll be landing at. I'm going to open up the nav log here. We've been going for about 7 minutes. It said it would only take us 4 minutes and 29 seconds. I guess that was a little wrong. I'm going to
7464, turn next taxiway. Eurowing 7464, contact ground on 121.705.
I don't know why it's telling me caution. That's what's kind of bugging me.
Going to 121.705, Eurowing 7464.
Alright, so I'm actually going to increase the throttle a bit because I'm coming a little bit too low. See Gatwick coming up ahead.
Speedbird 2562, ready to go runway 27 right, IFR to element. Speedbird 2562, cleared for takeoff runway 27 right.
I should pull up a little bit here because I am coming in a little bit too low.
Cleared for takeoff runway 27 right, Speedbird 2562.
Alright, so in a moment I'm going to take out my landing gear here. And I'm going to start my bank. Houses are probably not too happy that I'm flying so low over them. This is not going well. Alright, I'm stalling a bit. I'm going to increase the engines right up so that I stop stalling. I came in way too low too quickly. I'll be able to use the flaps to come in for a proper landing once I get there. That's Red Hill over there, and this is Gatwick Airport coming up here. So I'm going to begin bringing my engine back down a little bit. You can see the flashing lights on the runway right there. Turn this map off. Bring the engine right down. Open up my flaps here. This will help slow down. And begin my arc.
Speedbird 2562, contact London Center on 118.475.
And go back into first person. So this is coming in for a landing. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming in for a landing at Gatwick Airport. If you wouldn't mind, please putting on your seatbelts and prepare for landing. Here we come. And pull up a bit on the stick. Alright. Came in for a landing at Heathrow. Oh, sorry, at Gatwick. I'm moving to taxi right now.
Cleared for takeoff runway 27 right, Speedbird 366.
get off these runways and just taxi over here. So we've got a couple buses coming in this direction. Make sure you don't hit those. Alright, and bring this engine all the way down. Put the parking brake on. I guess I had already put it on, my bad. Alright, so that was my flight from Heathrow to Gatwick. That was a 7:30 to 7:45 in the morning flight, local time there. This flight was conducted using this ASXGS plane. I don't know planes, but I do know that I named it AC69 because that's an awesome flight name. Anyways, if you have any ideas for flight paths that you want to see me run here, throw them out in the comments and I will post videos of those in the future. Thank you for flying with me today.